So, what are our overall energies for the day? Take all of those stories and that information as you need it, man. Take it as you need it, okay? Because I'm sure somebody needs to hear it. And I'm not afraid to say it. I'm not. What's the point? Why would I be afraid to say something about the past? It's the past. It's over. Look at me right now. And so if you say, well, your past affects you, yeah, but I'm a dude. And what does that mean? That means I'm changing. So that means I'm the dude. So now for real, let's get into this. Let's get into it. So, all right. Appreciate y'all letting me yap. Again, double yap on this one. So, what is our overall energy for today? What's our overall energy for today? What is our overall energy for today? Thank you, angels, ancestors, guys, for guiding me and providing these collective messages. All right. So overall energy. Overall energy is the Ten of Candles. I love this card here. So the Ten of Candles or the Ten of Wands, right? This is a great card. This is a card that shows that you have an immense amount of new responsibilities that you're grateful for. When you do, so let's say you want a house. Let's say you do want to get a house. Damn, that's so crazy. I could have just turned that over the whole time and changed everything. Anyways, one little motion, one little change can change everything. And so if you make that one little change and it changes everything around you, you are going to have new burdens, new responsibilities, right? Look at this. Can y'all see the lights that are burning? Maybe you can now. That's why I like this card, because it's literally displaying to me how things that are going to be needed, desired, wanted, those things are going to have a slow burn attached to it. That is fire and earth put together. Slow burn. Is this burn that's burning slow on all 10 of these candles, are they burning brightly? No. So this is like a guy who flies under the radar, yet everyone knows him. The popular loner is what people say, right? So for me, I love this card because it shows how you are so responsible. It shows how much that you are responsible for. It also displays your worth ethic. It says that you are a great manager. It also says that you can keep things contained. You can keep things burning at the appropriate rate. This shows me mastery. So I like this card because you've mastered your old world, and then now you're mastering the new world, and that new world comes with responsibilities. Again, if I buy a new house and I just move from an apartment, isn't that going to be heavier, more responsibilities? I only had one room, now I got six. That is more responsibility, that's more burdens, that's more floors to vacuum, right? That's more baseboards to clean. So this here shows us a happy change. This is like the 10 of Pentacles in the normal deck to me. It shows me all of the different sparks, but it also shows that you have now contained and know how to burn these sparks at the right rate. Again, you're not just burning through all your energy like I did the last couple of days. Just working and driving. And wasn't sleeping, so now I'm sitting here, slept. I'm not working, not driving, just working out. So, what else do we have on this day? Now that brings us to 7 of Potions. And so, tagging right into this, this shows me that we are now looking at taking our new responsibilities and we're discerning them. We're organizing them. We're mapping them. We're documenting them. We're creating budgets. We're creating new plans. We're looking at management schematics. We're looking at SOPs, standard operating procedures and routines. We are looking at ways that we can manage this newfound freedom, responsibility, and at the end of the day, these new desires. We're looking at these things, all of them coming together as a single ace, aka one chandelier now. And then we're going to go over here and we're going to discern. But before we discern, we're going to identify. So you're at a spot right now where you're identifying some new shit in your life. What else are you doing? Or what are we doing? Okay? So if you know me, if shit fall out like this, that is a circular loop. That means it's a paradox. It's going up and down. It can do both things on both sides. If you were here for my rent, this is your hypotenuse or the C. I can do it on the left side, the same thing I can do it on the right side. I got a pair of shoes, black and white. I got a pair of shoes, white and black. That is what this loop represents. And so this looping is coming through on your identification, right? What people call your discernment. And then inside of the discernment, you have a new spark, a new thought, a new story, a new idea, a new inspiration. So something that you're doing in your budget or your management is allowing you to boom, and then that's keeping you on your slow burn. It's keeping you doing your thing. So let's see what these things are. So I got the 5 of presents and I got the 3 of presents. And this clearly screamed in my head, learning how to live below your means. That's what this is saying to me. So all rich people, almost all rich people has been homeless in their life. Slap out the car. Just listen to these people's stories, bro. That's why I think it's so ignorant when people are making a little bit of money. They don't understand that most people who make a lot of money lose little bits of money that they're making. It's an up and down thing always. So for me, you might be learning how to navigate, manage, plan, budget, and routine around the living below your means. And so for me, like right now, if I'm doing what I'm doing, you know, everything is all good. Everything is all good. Like I asked that gentleman, what is your minimum budget for each day? So for him, he needs about $25 a week to like live a sustainable life that he's okay with. For me, that number is a little bit higher. You know, that's what I'm learning. So if I was to take my $20 a day, put it to the week, you know, that's like $150, let's say, a week. Times 4, right? So that's around $600 a month, okay? What that says is if you can be out in the cold, right? But you can still happily work and enjoy yourself, la la la, making Christmas, just enjoying. That is going to create a new inspirational loop that will help you manage the things that you want and help you manage the things that you don't. You have to get the experience to say, hey, yes or no. So if I was to take this back to the story I told about my ex, my high school sweetheart ex, she wouldn't have kids right now. That's it. She wouldn't have kids right now, even though that was one of our main things. Like, we even felt like her sister was neglecting her middle child. And so I was like, man, we should adopt him. Like, we were for real talking about and discussing that. I don't know if she said shit to her parents on the side, but I just know that, like, we were really talking about, like, taking him and making him our own. We love that guy so much. And we saw the middle child syndrome, the neglect. The reason why I say that is because all we wanted was kids. But if I had to be me right now with her, we would not have kids. And it would just be me and her. That's the new thought. All my life, sorry, I am loved. Let me hear it. Let me hear it. I am loved. I am loved. But it's funny because at some point in time, I would hope that I would have switched with a new thought, and I would have said, hey, damn, maybe kids aren't for us. We can go help some kids. Let's go do that. But it's taken away from me and you. Maybe that would have been the case, right? And so if that would have been the idea, the spark, yeah, that's a part of us that would have been like filling out in the cold and hurt. But this, again, if you know, paid attention to my last video, when you are in the 5, that means you got everything that you need. And you also have space for more. And that is what this is for. This shows us that the one thing that we would have been missing with me and her, it just would have been a baby. But that baby wouldn't have done anything outside of what we were doing for each other. So This is saying that, yes, I got space. I'm stable, but I'm open. So for me and her, we probably would have been way more open to a child, again, if it was the same situation. But we probably would have been able to make it work without one, like we did 8 years prior. And guess what? That will spark a new idea of whether we should, whether we shouldn't. So that's an example of relationship. Let's call it a job. Let's take it out of a job. Let's call it a friend. I'm always hanging out with this friend. I'm always hanging out with this other friend. But that friend left. So now it was just me and my friend. And guess what? I got a good idea. That's okay. I now know how to live and build life with just one of my friends and now my ex-friend. And I'm happy about the new responsibilities I got, just nurturing and caring for one friend instead of the two. Damn, I had a job that paid me a lot of money. It's constant money, consistent. I felt good. I knew it was coming. It's easy to budget. Oh, a revolving budget is what most entrepreneurs use. A revolving budget is what most rich people use. A revolving budget is what most real estate agents use. So instead of having a static budget, knowing what income I'm going to constantly have, I can now continue to work and I can take a new idea and I can say, oh, well, I don't need one job. I can just do this over here, that might give me a couple of bucks a week. This might give me a couple of bucks a week. That might give me a couple of bucks a week. This might be nice, might give me more than a couple of bucks every couple of weeks now instead of every day, every day, every day. And then it's like, oh, I'll get this one check every month kind of thing. And so I'm now looking at how I can manage the flexible budget. And then guess what? When I manage the flexible budget, I'm happier with all my responsibilities. So I'm not running away from anything. I'm forcing a change within myself so I can see the differences of my situational self. Again, the situation here, we always say the Four of Pentacles is being left out in the cold, right? Or stingy. Okay, I'm not budging, stubborn. That's cool. There's certain things that you should have an ego with that should never falter. But does it keep you happy? Does keeping those things make you happy? Does working on those things, working to maintain those things, make you happy? Well, that's what you're deciding. And you can decide in any direction. It helps me, it hurts me. It hurts me, it helps me. But no matter what you're deciding upon, use it to understand how to manage your new responsibilities. It's a management now. We're managing. Okay? All right, tell me more about this Ace of Needles. So these wanted to pop out. So sorry. Yeah. All right, I think that's a little better. Okay, so tell me about Ace of Needles. Just want to jump. Just want to jump too. They just want to jump. I want them to fall. So if they stay, that's an alt. That's why. Damn, okay. So the reason why those keep jumping but not actually falling out is because this is in a loop. Should I, should I not? Should I, should I not? Should I, should I? I'm going to do it, I'm not. I'm going to do it, I'm not. I'm at the top of the diving board, but I ain't jumping yet. Hurry up and jump. Somebody push his ass. No, I'm scared. But you climbed up here. I did. Fuck it. Stop being a bitch. Do it. But I'm scared. That's what I'm feeling like with all of these cars that keep popping out. They're popping out, they're showing, but then they're coming back. So it's like, maybe I'm choosing, if I have to give myself, maybe I'm choosing like work, knowing that this is also work, right? I'm choosing which job today. And then, at the end of the day, it's all making me happy because I like to do them all. I just don't have the time to do them all at the same time. So because of that, I've just been taking more time, being more patient. So I think that's why that these cards keep flipping out like this. Again, that was the intuitive hit. So since I understand the lesson now, do I need to clarify the ice? Clarify the ace of needles. Fucking fell right out. So now since we got our answers, guess what? Yeah, I know what the fuck this card is. Let me show you. Ooh. This is the Nine of Pentacles. Everyone loves the Nine of Pentacles. And it fell right over the Three of Pentacles, which is right by the Five of Pentacles. So again, we went from the 3 to the 5 again, but the Five of Pentacles, you're out in the cold, to me is also stubborn, but it's not. It's you are okay with your situation and you're open to brand new. And so because you've been happily working hard and you've been looking at ways to manage what you happily obtained, now what does this lead to? It leads you to not the 3, not the 5, but the 9 now. And the 9 of Pentacles and the 9 of Presents with the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom should show you and indicate that the changes that you're experiencing, the changes that you're going through are leading you to the self-management of your own Pentacles. Those are your focus, attention areas in the real world. Might be money, might be health, might be driving, might be washing, whatever. Just giving you different verbs to understand where to find these presents. Again, imagine if there was 10 presents here, right? Just 10 gifts under the tree. Imagine if there was no candles on the chandelier, though. So the idea is that I can put this shit together. One of these presents can now be a spark of inspiration. One of these sparks of inspiration can lead me to a present. That's why you got to see that now, because you have to see the good and the bad, and the bad and the good. It doesn't matter which way, because again, no matter which way you choose, it's the same choice. This is a double loop in this sense. So what this is saying is that no matter which way you choose, if you continue to pursue, if you continue to manage, if you continue to budget, if you continue to accept what you currently have, it'll lead you to all the things that you materially want and all the responsibilities that you could ever want. So maybe it's these 9 of presents that you're working hard for. And then if I was to give an example with my high school sweetheart, let's say we didn't have kids and now we were in our 30s, and then all of a sudden something take off, boom. And now it's like, okay, baby making time. We'd never know what will happen or what will help us create the change. But that's the beautiful thing about management and being a flexible manager. We don't need to know the changes. We got to hold spaces for possible change, aka potential. If your kid is growing, if you got a 3-year-old kid, 2 to 3-year-old kids grow like a motherfucker. So if you're sitting here buying hella shoes, you're wasting money. Most people would say, get a couple of sizes bigger. Why? Because that child's foot has the potential to grow. So it'll fill up that space. Buy a shirt or a dress a couple of sizes bigger. Why? Because you have potential to grow into it. So guess what? People know how to manage spaces. We got to use better words to help us understand the spaces that we are navigating. Okay. Feel like I only need like 2 more. So tell me what else I need to know, and then we'll get our final message. What else do we need to know? Page of Needles. Starts with a little spark. So a little bit. Page of Pentacles. So, and the world. So what all 3 of these things are showing me right now is that we have to try. And the way that you try is by starting off small. So for me, my small effort for my huge benefit or growth, okay, my huge idea that I'm trying to bring is by less is more. That's it. So I want to make more money than I ever made by having less materials. I want to be more loving than I've ever been without having the responsibilities of a relationship. Why would anybody want that? Why would people say that? Because I want to practice being what I am. And again, if I'm with a person and she's making me not be a certain way, then that is not helpful for all of me. So guess what? That's funny. I can try to help them understand, or I can just move on to something else. To me, if I'm already being loving and giving and I meet you in that way, you meet people and they leave how you meet them. So if you ever start dating a person and I was cheating, you're probably going to end the relationship with cheating. You are what you eat. So if you eat fart, you're going to be a fart. If you eat fruit, you're probably going to be fruity, right? No. Fruits are sweet. You might be a sweet person. So we got to start to look at these changes, okay? And these changes that we're looking at start small, but these small starts are here to bring clarity on whether you want things there for you or not. Okay. What else? Nine of Cups flashed. Okay. There you go. Say no more, fam. Say no more, fam. And notice, look at how bright this Ace of Wands is burning. Look at how bright that ace is burning relative to these whole 10 candles. All 10 of those candles, all 10 of them, do not match the one of this ace. So don't think of it like that. Think about it as this one ace containing all 10 of these partial lights. Just treat this handle as you handling all of those lights. Okay, again, now instead of you walking around with your own one spark, you have the ability to light up multiple parts of yourself and keep them lit. Every one of them isn't going to burn as bright as your best talent, but they're all burning. So you are more whole. You are more complete. You are fulfilled completely by perceiving yourself. Again, perceive, that's a feeling. Perceive and think about it so you can know what perspective you have and what perceptions about the things that you're perceiving. Perception, remember, it's thought. You need to sense it. Perspective is a feeling. You don't need a sensation. It generates one. A pair of shoes is indicated of plural, multiple. This chandelier is indicating that things go on the chandelier, right? Like these candles. I don't think this is a chandelier, but it could be. This one spark here is the epitome of all of these. These are my shoes. This might be my shoe box. If this is my left shoe and my right shoe, this must be what we call my pair. If this is geometry, we call it math. If this is my wife, or if this is my girlfriend, call it a spouse. So we have to start to perceive these things differently. And the only way to perceive is to have a perception or sense something or have a perspective. And the perspective says what? How do I feel about it? Again, this is cognitive distortion, cognitive dissonance if you want more technical knowledge. But on the spiritual side, we got to see. We ain't trying to read shit. We're trying to see it and be it. So, change cards. Let's get our final message. Are these upside down? Some of these. One of those. I never do reversals in the deck. I'll let them come out and tell me if they need to be reversed or not. They just present themselves. So everything is always on the upright to me. So what's our final message? Let's get our final message for this. Again, I feel good about this message, especially because I did all that ranting before. But this helps me feel good because at the end of the day, now it can help you in multiple ways. listen to my rant. You can watch the video and look at the cards and not even listen to me. But I'm happy nonetheless that you're here. So thank you. And thank yourself. All right, people, what's our final message? Final message. I just wanted to mention something else about the money coming in. It's funny because I know I've been up since 4 o'clock, like I said. I already know, bro, that the money normally comes in around 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock anyway. So there's just more reasons to not worry, more reasons to keep the faith. So, what's our final message for today? Ugly shuffle. Final message for today. First thing I saw when I saw this card, first thing I heard was, yes, I'm moving on. Bob Marley. Oh, not Bob, but Ziggy Marley. True to Myself, that's the song. So go listen to that. I'll probably post it. Got to be true to myself. Anywhere you are. Moving. I'm moving on. Hey, no longer can I feel this way. Self-care. So removing self-care, take the step now. So moving towards step. So for me, I don't know. I'm getting a few. Moving towards self-care, using self-care, or moving towards self-care as a career. Maybe you've been taking the steps to care about yourself, and that isn't a move. But all of these things are popping up as what? Brand new responsibilities that you wanted and desired. So if I had to put this into the desiring of moving towards self-care, taking a step now, I took the step to do what I'm doing right now, which is moving around. I'm in a different place. I've been in multiple places since I started this little journey. And guess what? This new career that I guess I'm doing right now, it has really been helping me take care of myself. Like, I'm even conscious enough to where when I stop at rest areas, I will get out and work out. If I go to a city, I'll find a park and I'll sit there and I'll meditate or I'll do some yoga. Nothing has changed from my actual life outside of the environment. And I think that is the real self-care lesson that I'm learning. Again, for me, I don't know what your self-care is. I'm not your self. I'm myself. But you can be a myself, so that myself needs to speak up for itself. So tell me what you're working on in the comments. But for me, environment has been the biggest influence upon my life. Why? Because I've always had a dualistic environment. I've always made sure that even if I had terrible things happening around me, I can make sure that those things don't influence too much of me, because at the end of the day, it's up to me. So even if my mom would want to whoop my ass, because her boyfriend was mad or something because he couldn't get his crack or his fucking Heineken, I still wouldn't hate my mama. Even when she would threaten to beat me after she ate. So she'll slowly cook, slowly clean, slowly eat, make me feel like I forgot, and then she'll beat my ass in my sleep or something. It's just moving on beyond those memories by moving on and making more memories. I'm not forcing them down. I'm just making a bigger space. And because I'm making a bigger space, I got more health for me, got more healing for me. I got more of myself in that space. So now that kid grows up, I got a chance to bring that 12-degree knowledge, some 22-degree knowledge. Damn near double, right? So now it makes all of those little things of the past just so small, so minute, so minuscule. So even if you have a lot of problems in your life, you can move towards you. And you should be moving towards generating more spaces for yourself. So, appreciate you guys being here for this one. Nice and long for y'all. Definitely gonna chop it down, but don't forget to like, subscribe, and be true to you. Peace.